Hello. We wanted to make this video to share with you something exciting that is happening next week, June 17th through the 21st. We have Bogo Week, and whether you have been with doTERRA for a while or you're brand new to doTERRA, there's some exciting announcements and education that we wanted to share with you. So in this video, we're going to go over what Bogo Week means, what it looks like, and then there are a few of us on, and we wanted to kind of popcorn around and share with you some of our favorite uses of these oils so that as you're deciding if these BOGOs align with you and what you're wanting to focus on for your own health and wellness, you can, just listen to each of them and see what fits. So the way that BOGO works is for the week from June 17th through the 21st, you'll have access to these pairings. And what you can see is there's two items connected. So for example, buy a lavender, get a tea tree for free. Buy MetaPower soft gels, get MetaPower Assist for free. So each of those pairings. So you'll just put the first item that's listed in your cart and the other one will automatically show up for free. Now, as far as ordering, if you're brand new to doTERRA, you can reach out to the person that you know that is connected with doTERRA or a wellness advocate and ask to be sent a link. And this link, depending on how much of the BOGOs you're getting, or if you want to add on other items, you can get maybe a free diffuser or some free toothpaste or some free hand wash. So if you're brand new, just ask a wellness advocate to send you that link and you can go through the logistics of what that would look like as far as the free products that you get. If you're seasoned and you already have an account with doTERRA, you're just going to go into your doTERRA account. My suggestion would be to put it in through a loyalty rewards order. So you'll edit if you already are purchasing on the loyalty rewards, you'll just click edit your cart and then you'll put in the BOGOs that you want and hit process now. So make sure you hit process now. Otherwise, you won't get the BOGOs if it doesn't process beyond the 21st. And sometimes BOGOs sell out. So you want to do it on Monday if you're wanting to get these BOGOs. So if you're ordering on loyalty rewards, edit the cart, hit process now. If you want to do just a standard order, you can do that too. So you'll just go into your account, you'll put in the first oil that's listed. So if you wanted the lavender and tea tree, you're going to put in lavender and the tea tree will show up for free. So that's how you're going to order. Either get a link from your wellness advocate or your doTERRA person, or go into your account and do a loyalty rewards order so you can get the points and free shipping, or you can do a one-time order. Now, the other thing with it is if the order total is 150 PV, you're going to also get a Blue Lotus for free. And we're going to talk more about Blue Lotus and why that's such a great oil. But you'll get that for free as well. Okay. So the only other thing that we want to share as far as logistics and announcements before we start sharing more about the BOGOs is that in the Facebook group, we're going to have a post, and in that post, you can comment below with your testimony of those oils. So if it's a post on lavender and tea tree, you can comment some of the testimonies of how you like to use the oil so we can all learn from each other. And then we're going to be doing some giveaways throughout the week just to make it even more exciting. So those are the logistics. Britt, do you want to chime in and share maybe a little bit more about why you love BOGOs or what BOGOs mean for you?
Yeah, I love BOGOs so much because I love to save money. And these particular ones are ones that I am always grabbing off of my shelf and using. So I'm fully going to take advantage of this. But one of my favorite things to getting people started is BOGO week, because sometimes like we're watching and we want to get into this, but like we really don't know where to start. And BOGOs are a great place to start because all of a sudden you're going to have this large collection basically for half the price. And you get a ton of education and support while we go through BOGO week. So I feel like people can just like jump out of the gate knowing how to use these oils, plus you're saving a ton of money. It's also a really good opportunity to use the refer a friend. So if you already have an account and you know people who would love to get started, this would be something you could share with them. Everybody who has a doTERRA account, whether you're a customer or a wellness advocate, have an option to share a link. And that link will be something that you can share with whoever you think is interested. And we have a special promo going on right now. If you do that 5 times, you'll get the Meta Power Recharge. I'm sure we could give you whatever flavor you'd like, either lemon lime or the strawberry. And that will be your gift for sharing with 5 people. But I just love BOGOs. It's a great time to stock up on favorites and classics that you already have. And it's also a good time to share with people who maybe have already asked you like how oils work or what you're doing with them. And you'd be surprised how many people jump on these because it is such a cool savings. And then we have that education coming through so people feel really ready to go. So that's what I wanted to share.
Love it. And one thing to piggyback on the refer a friend link is by doing that. So yeah, you'll get the recharge, but you also get points on your, not points, credit on your, on the account. So I feel like it is one of those like, oh, hey, you want to share this because, you know, your friend gets to save money on the BOGOs, and they'll get their own wholesale account that they can use whenever. And then as the person sending the link, it also is an opportunity to get even more free stuff, which is just nice to expand that. I agree, Britt. I feel like that with BOGOs, it's a great opportunity to expand my arsenal, but it also is, we're going to talk about this with some of them today. It's a chance to learn about new oils that maybe I didn't realize I needed. And then all of a sudden you start reading about it or learning and you're like, oh, dang, I had no idea that this was one that I wanted or needed. And so it's cool from that aspect as well. All right, so we're going to do some shares on each of the oils and go through and just have an opportunity to talk about them. So let's kick it off. The first of the BOGOs is lavender. So we're going to go through and just share some of our favorite ways to use it and a little bit of education on each of the oils. So I'll start off with lavender. One of the things that I like to use lavender for emotionally is whenever I am trying to communicate something, maybe I'm about to teach a workshop or I'm feeling a little bit nervous and my throat feels tight. I like to pair lavender and spearmint together. Both of them emotionally are great for opening up the voice. So I just apply them over my throat and they help a ton with just opening up that communication. So that's one of my favorite ways to use lavender. The other thing that I use lavender for often, because I have 2 young children, is when they were younger, it was for diaper rashes or any type of, diaper area type issue. Now that they're getting a little bit older, it seems to be more cuts, scrapes, bug bites, bee stings, burns, sunburns, those types of things. So that's how I typically use lavender. Carrie, do you want to add in?
I definitely use lavender for all those things. Having lavender in the arsenal for little kids is just phenomenal. Again, anytime they get a bug bite or anything, we're slathering on that because it's going to help with the itching and stuff. And it's also anti-inflammatory and anti-infectious. So even though it's helping with, excuse me, those stings and stuff, it's really cleaning. We also use them for the rare occasions that we get, a little extra sun kiss from the skin or from the sun, excuse me, on our skin. We like to pair with peppermint and stuff, and that is going to be great for the burns on the skin. I use lavender. I absolutely love using it on my face as a double wash. So I'll pair that with fractionated coconut oil before getting in the shower, use a hot wet washcloth, and then wipe that off of my face. It's absolutely great for the face. I use it on my dryer balls. We use it in like monster sprays or sleep sprays for the kids. Honestly, we use it for so many things. It's hard to narrow it down, but lavender is absolutely one that always has to be in our arsenal in the house.
Awesome. Thanks, Carrie. Helen, do you
It's
want to?
also, oh, go ahead. Nope, you're fine.
No, go ahead. Add it in.
I was just going to say it's also antimicrobial and antiseptic as well, antifungal. And as we spoke with the emotions, it's great for as an antidepressant or applying before sleep.
Cool. Helen, do you want to add in anything on lavender that we?
Absolutely great ways. The versatility of this oil is amazing. just used in a spray bottle with like distilled water, great on your pillows, great to diffuse at the bedside. It's very, very good for, just reducing that emotional system a little bit. Nice, relaxing aroma. And as these ladies said, great for all kind of skin imperfections. A little bit too much sun, a bug bite, it'll take it away instantly. It's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, we didn't really speak that much to the emotional aspect, but I feel like that's like the known thing with lavender is it's it's great for emotions and also all these other things that we use it for. But absolutely cool. So that is
It can even be taken internally, in a beverage. Full disclosure, the taste isn't the greatest, but mix a little wild orange in there too, and it's amazing from the inside too.
yeah, I've
I'm
seen
glad you
recipes of lavender lemonade and lavender cookies and other things with that. And one other thing, Carrie, and then I'll bounce it over to you that we didn't mention is lavender, lemon, and peppermint together, especially this time of year. If pollen starts to bother you, you get that, allergy response to whatever's going on. The three of them can be taken internally. They can be put in the diffuser. There are also the tri-use soft gel, so you could take, them in a capsule. But lavender, when you said about taking them internally, that popped that in my brain because we sometimes will do that in like a little shot glass size of water and just slug it back. So go ahead, Carrie, what were you going to add in?
just real quick, Helen made me pop that. It popped in my mind where it's really great for the nervous system. So if I'm feeling just super kind of like shaky or on edge, and again, the taste isn't the best, and it's really just because it's floral. I mean, we're not used to generally eating flowers, right? But I've become accustomed to it, and I'll just take it down. But it's great with calming the nervous system. Absolutely love it for that, for sure.
Cool. All right, let's switch. So with lavender, you get tea tree free. Carrie, do you want to kick us off and share some of your favorite ways to use tea tree?
Actually, tea tree is one that I commonly pair with lavender. That is the next one that I pair for my double face wash. So we use that for that. It's great not only for the littles with diaper rash and stuff, but I have two little girls. They currently go to public school. I can't always be there to support them with their hygiene throughout the day. So we make Perry sprays, or we even make like our own cleansing wipes with some witch hazel to use them down below. We've been living off the grid and kind of like camping each summer, and tea tree is huge, is an antiseptic and anti-infectious for us. So again, we'll pair it with witch hazel if we're just wiping down our skin and stuff. Oh my gosh, what else do we use it for? I feel like we use it for all the things. Tea tree is also great for the burns and the cuts and the scrapes. Huge, strong antiseptic. Wow, I am stuttering here. It's also antiviral, so great in like our flume recipes that we use for our immune system, especially during the sick season. It's antifungal, so that's going to be great for the skin, and down below as well, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. So it's a very, very versatile oil used for many things in our home, and a must have.
Awesome. Pretty much the same.
Oh,
Ditto.
sorry. It's great for emotional protection, emotional and spiritual protection as well. So placing over your heart, it kind of like adds as that barrier or shield to keep those, toxic energies from leaking in or out as well.
Well, I was going to share that too. Yeah.
Oh,
That's one thing.
sorry.
No. I'm just agreeing that I think for me, I have a tendency to really take on other people's emotions if I'm not careful. So I do like to have tea tree nearby if I find that I'm drifting into that a little bit. That was all I was going to add with that part. The only other thing, I agree with everything that Carrie said as far as how we use it in our house. I would just say ditto. It's one. So just to give the sickness protocol that we use is frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, tea tree are the five to keep in mind, and those can be taken internally. If for an adult, we'll put them right in a veggie capsule and take them internally, or in a roller bottle and just rub it on your kid's spine. or anybody's spine. It doesn't need to be specific to a child. So that is the only other thing. And then I was going to add for tea tree, the other way that this comes up is if you put a couple of drops of tea tree on a tampon and you can add in some fractionated coconut oil if you need to. But if for any type of yeast infection, that's another one that it's helpful for. And toenail fungus or anything like athlete's feet, that type of thing, just put a couple of drops on that. You can add in oregano as well if you want.
It's also very potent as an antioxidant and anti-parasitic, also taking internally. It's just a powerhouse oil. These are great BOGOs.
Oh, I know, I agree. The last thing with tea tree, I like to pair it with frankincense and lavender for a skin. When I first started with doTERRA, it was specifically for skin, and I didn't get into the whole skincare systems that doTERRA has that I use now. So that was the first start that I did, was frankincense, tea tree, lavender with some fractionated coconut oil, put it on my skin. And it helped with blemishes. The lavender helps with the redness. The tea tree helps with the cleaning. The frankincense helps with the healing of the skin. And so that was just a great little trifecta. So if you want to add that in. Okay, let's shift. We're going to go into MetaPower soft gels. And I'm going to share about this. This came out about a year and a half ago, and I love MetaPower soft gels. I take them every single day, actually multiple times a day. Typically, I take them in the morning and also at night. And the focus of MetaPower, the MetaPower line, is to support overall glucose levels in the body and just helping with the metabolic process. So MetaPower soft gels is the MetaPower oil in a soft gel, so you don't have to have the taste of it. And in there's grapefruit, there's peppermint. It's helping with the overall blood sugar levels. What I like to use them for is that little metabolic kick. So if I'm feeling kind of sluggish in my stomach, I find that when I take them, that goes away and it gets things moving. The other thing that there's some research on with this pairing of oils, with the ginger, with the peppermint, with the cinnamon, with all of them put together, is it actually can help with the shrinking of fat cells. So you could MetaPower the oil, you could put on to areas of, if you have like, what is that word? Somebody help me out. I'm only thinking of if you need lymphatic support in your skin and you have cottage cheese. Cellulite. Not, thank you. So the oil could also be used for that, but when you take it internally, it just helps out with that, the metabolism of the fat cells. So this is one of my favorites, and it pairs beautifully with what comes free with it. So Claudia, do you want to share more on metabolic or the MetaPower Assist?
Yes, I am super excited for this BOGO. So the MetaPower Assist has the MetaPower oil that Katrina was just talking about, with the addition of berberine, mulberry leaf extract, and cinnamon. So this supplement is really designed to flatten out the curve of our insulin and sugar spikes, which is something that we can all use, but definitely for people that have any glucose related health concerns like type 2 diabetes and eye disease and things like that. So berberine, when we take berberine, it goes into our bloodstream and enters our cell, and it impacts how our cells use glucose. So insulin resistance is the main cause of these health related concerns that are related to glucose, like type 2 diabetes. And that basically just means that our cells can't properly use glucose. So when berberine comes in, studies have shown that it may help our body increase the production of insulin, decrease that insulin resistance in our cells, and help the glucose enter our cells more freely so that our bodies can more readily use that. And then in combination with the mulberry leaf extract, that's going to help our body slow down the absorption of carbs. So just to give a real life example, if you think of a vehicle, if you were to be given one vehicle for the rest of your life, how would you care for that? Like when we slam on the gas and slam on the brakes, we're really doing a lot of damage to our vehicle and not contributing to the longevity of that. So if we think about that in relation to insulin, after we eat a large meal that contains a lot of carbs, we have these steep insulin spikes and then drops. And that also isn't contributing to the longevity of our body. And as we know, we only have one body to take us through our entire life. So it's just important to think about that. And this is a great way to support our body in leveling out that curve so that we're not having those spikes that are not contributing to our longevity and our health at all. This also has cinnamon bark powder in here, which is also known for helping our blood sugar levels and our insulin flatten out a little bit more as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Claudia. That was beautifully said. And just to add in there, MetaPower Assist would be beneficial for everyone. What's the statistic? 6.4% of people have optimal metabolic health. The rest of us probably not so much. So it's everyone. Cool. Okay, we're going to now shift into the brightening gel. Go ahead, Carrie.
So the brightening gel, I'm going to be very transparent. This is a product that I've really overlooked over the years with absolutely no reasoning at all. I've just had great results with my skin, with the oils and other skin care products that we have. And as Katrina mentioned at the beginning of this call, this is why Bogo is so awesome, because even us wellness advocates that are doing the business will see some of these products and we're like, oh wow, we should really look into grabbing this. So I personally am really excited to grab this Bogo. It's really jumping in my eyes at this moment. So we have 3 essential oils in this. We have bergamot, juniper berry, and melissa, and they're also coming together with natural extracts, vitamins, and cutting edge ingredient technologies to brighten and even your skin tone and specifically target dark spots. Maybe that's why I'm looking at this a little bit more now, because I'm starting to notice as the years carry on some darker spots in my face. We also have, so we have daisy extract in here. This is a natural skin brightening agent that promotes an even skin tone and reduces the appearance of the dark spots. So you get like those little brown spots or even under the eyes there. We also have ginger root in here, which this extract promotes an even skin tone and radiant looking skin. We have vitamin C. So this helps keeps the skin looking youthful while also providing the skin brightening benefits. So this is going to be like that pregnancy glow in a bottle without being pregnant. We have bergamot. Bergamot, this goes back, but Italians have used this for years to soothe and rejuvenate the skin specifically. It's, of course, been used in many other cultures. We have juniper berry. Juniper is something I think a lot of us are familiar with. This oil serves as an invigorating and cleansing addition to any skincare routine. And we also have melissa. Melissa is a prize oil. So putting this on our face anywhere, especially if we want to dive into the energetics up here closer to the third eye and crown chakra, that's going to be a wonderful place to be adding this. So melissa is also known as lemon balm. That's something commonly known. And the Greek call that honeybee. This is antibacterial, antimicrobial, and antiviral, along with many other properties. But when we're speaking with skincare, those are really going to also help not just brightening and evening, but that's really going to be cleansing to the skin. So this is a great formula that I'm super excited to get to know.
Cool. Thanks, Carrie. All right, let's do Cypress next. Britt, you want to kick us off with Cypress?
I do. So I have used Cypress over the years because I will struggle with like blood flow stuff. I just will notice that if I'm not super active or like when I was pregnant, I would get like just sluggish. You could just tell there was some swelling or edema going on. And Cypress has just always been my go-to. And the way that I use it, and I have varicose veins on my legs. So the way that I use it is after I get out of the shower, when I'm moisturizing, I typically use the doTERRA lotion. That's just like the spa one. And I'll add in a couple drops of Cypress and apply that to my legs and other areas that just need a little boost for blood flow. And if you didn't know, my background is in acupressure and massage, and I love like 5 element theory and Chinese medicine. And cypress has a large connection with the lungs, spleen, kidney, and urinary bladder. So if you have anything there that you feel like needs some support, cypress is just a good oil to add in, maybe using it in some of the suggested ways up on the screen. I also deal with Raynaud's syndrome, which is tied in with blood flow again. So I've seen tremendous results with that when I am consistent. And when we think of cypress, it's all about that movement and blood flow from the physical aspect, but then also the emotional and the spiritual side of it is to help us get our ideas and everything into motion. So really about taking action, leaping into action. It helps not only with the fear of failure, but pushing out any stored regret. So that's what I wanted to share about cypress.
Cool. Connie, what do you want to add in?
Some of the same things that Britt just touched on, but besides the clean aroma, which I love for its support with emotions, when she was talking, it gets us from stalled to progressing. But I use cypress daily for the very reasons that Britt was touching on. I have broken capillaries in my legs. So I use it with my lotion, a couple of drops. I massage it in my legs every day. Also great for a restless leg. And my husband has varicose veins in one leg. He uses that as well. When we're looking at reducing shiny glow in our skin, cypress is a great one to add to your daily routine, 1 or 2 drops of it. And I use this in addition to my toner. The other thing is too, I also recommend applying it to your abdomen for irregular heavy periods and endometriosis and fibroids. It's found in both the Aroma Touch blend and the Northern Escape. And I love to diffuse it with lime. It's got a really great aroma with the two together. And it also has antibacterial and antiseptic benefits.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, ladies. All right, here we go. Next one we have is peppermint. Carrie, go ahead.
I am muted. Okay, peppermint, another one of not only our top 10, but I'd have to say like our top 5 or even 3 oils we discussed that we pair that with lavender and lemon for seasonal allergies and whatnot. Peppermint, again, have to have it in the house. It's cooling for the skin. So again, great for the sunburns or any type of burn. Also brings down body temperature. So it's going to be great at times that we might have a fever or even during the summertime. My husband works outside and he's busting his buns in the heat. So I've made him like a peppermint spray that he likes to take to work to cool down his body. And it really works. It's awesome. It's great for soothing muscles or tension or headaches, anything like that, because of that deep cooling effect that it has. I also love adding it over my chest when I feel like my oxygen might be feeling like a little lower. So whether I'm sick or working out, um, peppermint is actually proven to add up to about, what is it? I think 25% more oxygen flow within the lungs. So it's really going to open up your airways there. I've also used it on the back of my neck for headaches or around here. It's great for congestion, sorry. It's also great for focus and invigorating for uplifting during the day. I use it internally to freshen my breath. Anytime we have like digestive upsets, nausea, constipation, heartburn, anything like that, it's really, I mean, if you take it internally within a few minutes, you might start having a few peppermint burps because that's getting whatever's going on in the digestive system, getting that moving. Great internally just because of those antibacterial properties and viral properties. It's also antiseptic, anti-inflammatory when using, of course, internally or on the skin as well. Many other things, but I will switch it off to Katrina.
Awesome. Ditto, copy paste, all of those things
I know.
at our house. And the only thing that I thought as you were saying that I wanted to add in is I like to use peppermint on my chest just to open up breathing or the breathe blend. I kind of go back and forth depending on the mood that I'm in. I like to use it for that just to open things up, especially if I'm feeling anxious. It often is in my chest. And then I like to keep peppermint by my desk and in either a roller bottle and just roll it on or to put it on my hands and help with tension. If I stare at a computer screen, I guess my posture maybe isn't as great and my neck kind of starts to get tweaky. So that is, I think, in a
I
nutshell.
can't remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I can't really remember verbatim for the emotional standpoint, but I do know that it's one, it packs a powerful punch for temporary emotions.
Yeah.
I
I
do know
think
that.
I think from an emotional standpoint, peppermint is one that helps to soften a heavy heart. So if we're grieving,
Okay, yeah, I knew somewhere here.
it just helps to alleviate that. And I remember when I lost my friend of mine had passed away, and I was like using peppermint so much on my chest. It just helped a ton with working through grief. So there's a peppermint, I feel like, is one of those in our house that we use for just about everything. The only other thing that I would add in, because I've been using doTERRA for all stages of my life back in my party days, peppermint and grapefruit worked really, really, really well the next morning when I wasn't feeling so hot. So we'll add that in. If you're in that and it's relevant, here you go. Mix it with a little grapefruit, take it in a little bit of water, and it helps out with that as well. So it's super versatile from kids to adults to everywhere in between. So that's
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
have added it in black bean brownies. Thank you, Connie Ruff, for that. Absolutely love that recipe. And I forgot to mention, or I'd have to say we all have kind of forgot to mention that peppermint, lavender, several of these oils are really great for pests, warding off bugs and stuff. Peppermint's great for warding off mice. So you can put that in like your silverware drawer, or your closets or whatnot.
Cool. Yes. All right, let's switch over. Only a couple more. We have wild orange. Go ahead, Carrie.
So wild orange, I actually have in my water here. Anytime that you're putting essential oils in your waters, glass, ceramic, food grade ceramic, or stainless steel. Wild orange is very uplifting and invigorating for the emotions. Just think of like your solar and sacral chakra area. Very, energetic in that manner. Taking internally, it's going to help detoxify the body, helps balance pH and hormones. I try to get somewhere around like 10 to 16 drops of a citrus oil within my water a day. So I love adding it to my waters. It's got some really awesome benefits as well, antidepressant. So again, it's going to be really uplifting to those emotions. Antiseptic if we're using it on our, of course, internally and also on our skin. Just be careful going out to the sun. Um, Really all things digestive. It's also the tonic and sedative. So even though it's like uplifting, it's also kind of got, I don't know if I want to say the word calming. I don't know if anyone else has a better word for that, but it's going to be like that uplifting without kind of that too much energy.
I think of it as a mental eraser. I feel like it just
Yeah.
calms my mind in all the best ways.
Yes.
Well, Helen, what do you want to add in about wild orange? Anything added in? Oh, did we lose her?
No, she's on mute.
Oh, okay. Oh, Helen, you're muted. There
Forgive
you
me.
go. Okay, go ahead.
Wild orange is cold pressed from the peel. It's a really great daily surface cleaner too. It's very uplifting. It's also very freshening. Again, used internally fabulously, aromatically, just boost the whole atmosphere in the room, change the mood completely. You can place a couple of drops right in the palm of your hand, rub them together over your mouth and nose, and inhale them just for an energy boost. Just really quick, if that's the only way you can get it in. But it's very versatile. Great in water. Great, makes the water taste so much better.
Awesome. Thank you, Helen. Agreed. All right, just a couple more. We're gonna wrap up. Spearmint is the last one. I think. No, that's not true. One more, I think, after this. Spearmint is a great, everything that we said about peppermint can be said about spearmint. In my opinion, this is the one I mentioned, I pair with lavender and I put it over my throat to help with communication. Britt, I think you had some stuff.
Yeah, spearmint is great to help expel phlegm in our body, and a lot of our modern day problems come from too much phlegm, whether we're eating processed food, we're not resting enough, just certain things like that build up phlegm and toxicity in the body, which phlegm a lot of times can be that undercursor of what causes inflammation. So spearmint really helps expel that. I also find that people who think peppermint is too strong gravitate towards spearmint, because peppermint can just be a little bit more intense. And spearmint really helps bring out the best in us. It supports our lungs, our stomach, and our liver. And like you said, tying together lavender and spearmint, it helps bring out the right talents and resources. Spearmint and orange in combination can amplify our chi, that's our energy, and creativity with ourselves and others.
Awesome. Thanks, Britt. All right.
And I'm talking about lime too. Oh, I think
Yeah.
Claudia was first, but I'll just keep going since I'm here. So lime oil is great for supporting our liver, our spleen, our stomach, and our lungs. One of my absolute favorite things to do with lime is support our vagus nerve, which that like goes throughout from our brain right down to the bottom of our belly. And it is a cranial nerve, a brain nerve that has so much to do with all of our functions, from mood to digestion to movement. So what I like to do with lime is, there's some proven studies out there. If you mix lime and clove in a 3-to-1 ratio, so I put it in a roller bottle and I just apply it right behind my ear, because that's the start to your vagus nerve. And it's really good to do before you have a meal. Take a couple of deep breaths, and it's going to help improve digestion. So vagus nerve support is pretty trendy right now. If you haven't heard about it, look it up. Lime is also great for drive and ambition. It helps us really operate in our genius, and it upgrades our standards. I like that a lot. And it shows up in excellence. It's going to also help circulate the spleen and stomach chi, which that's the energy of our spleen and stomach. And when that happens, it regulates our chi and our energy throughout our whole body and strengthens our spleen, which our spleen is a really important organ when it comes to our immune system and our digestion. So I'm sure we could all use some support there.
Awesome.
Claudia, I'll hand it over to you.
Loved all that, Britt. I learned a lot about lime myself. One of the things that I wanted to share about lime is that the prominent chemical constituent in lime is limonene. And there are a lot of really cool studies done about limonene. If you just Google it, you'll find a ton of different things. But one cool one that I came across was the inhalation of limonene. So whether that be through putting a drop in your hands and just putting that over your mouth and nose, or diffusing it, has been shown to increase serotonin and dopamine in the areas of the brain that suffer with anxiety and depression. So all citruses contain that same chemical constituent, limonene, so that's why they're so good at uplifting your mood and your spirits. So that is something that I reach for if I notice that I'm feeling a little bit lower energetically. And then lime, I also love to use cooking. So in salsas, guacamole, marinade, it pairs really well with fish, anything like that, using a couple drops cooking. The oils are very potent, so just 1 or 2 drops brings a lot of that lime flavor in there. And with the wild orange as well, these are cold pressed from the rinds of the citruses, so it loses the acidity that you get in the flesh of the fruit. So you get all the flavor without that acidity that can sometimes bother some people's digestive systems.
Yeah, and just to add, coconut water is an acquired taste, but it's super hydrating and good for you. And if you add a drop of lime, it's much more palatable. And I'll talk about Blue Lotus too. Blue Lotus comes diluted in coconut oil in a roller bottle, and it's a great way to apply it. Blue Lotus has been around for as long as history has been recorded. The ancient Egyptians used it in a lot of religious ceremonies, and it's considered the flower of enlightenment. So personally, I like to use this in my morning meditation and prayer, and I apply it right over my throat. Throat chakra is great to help us communicate and also just stand in our own truth and use our voice. Blue lotus can also be used in the bedroom as an aphrodisiac. It's very calming. It's also helpful for convulsions. That's something I learned looking it up. It's great for impotence, and you can use it in your yoga practice. Again, just connecting to your intuition and helping with deep restorative sleep. And also you can use it if you want to get into lucid dreaming. You can apply it before bedtime to have more of these lucid dreams. So that's what I wanted to share on Blue Lotus.
Can I just pop in super quick? I wanted to add that my husband loves the smell of Blue Lotus, even though it's more kind of like that florally scent. He absolutely loves it, and he uses it a little too much. I have to remind him that like this is for me too. But I just wanted to say that I think the men also love the smell of this, whether they use it or not. They love to smell it on someone.
Yeah, definitely. I like to use Blue Lotus on my skin. It makes my skin feel so soft. And this is made up primarily of squalene, which helps maintain your skin's natural moisture barrier. So they've mixed Blue Lotus here with coconut oil because Blue Lotus has the ability to evaporate very quickly. So by mixing it with the coconut oil, not only is that adding more moisture to your skin, but it's allowing those heavier coconut oil molecules to sink the Blue Lotus into your skin, essentially. So it's not just evaporating into the air. So that's why they pair it with coconut oil. And then another use is for your scalp health. So this also has benzyl alcohol in here, which is used to really promote a healthy scalp. So if you have a dry scalp or just an irritation on your scalp, it's a great thing to massage in there as well.
Awesome. I learned a lot today in this. So thanks everybody. This is great. Cool. All right. Well, that is it. Just a reminder, BOGO runs from the 17th to the 21st. The BOGOs are available all throughout the week unless they sell out, which they have been in the last few BOGOs. So would make sense to get right in there and order what you want. But that is it. So thanks everyone for listening in and learning about the oils with us. Have a great rest of your day and happy BOGO week.